ready, my children? The twilight is upon us. It is time for the call.
I am ready, Mother Myselrina.
But Mother, patrols are closer today than they've ever been. Don't you think?
The earth shall not die until all its children have returned. The children shall not die until the earth has been renewed. So came the word on the wind and the tide to Giras, who formed your pattern of life. The call shall continue. We shall not be harmed, daughter Furiel.
I know the word of the wind and the tide. Mother Lorena, should we take what seeds and cuttings we can from the garden and escape to build a new refuge?
Sister Furiel, do you deny the word of the wind and the tide?
I would not dare that, Brother Lotus.
Then let us begin the call in courage and remembrance and hope. Son Lotus, begin.
Come to us from across the gravel pits and across the stars.
Come to us from the confident gleaming space stations, hurtling around far-off suns, and from the rivers of slag, under the concrete ruins of our fallen behemoth cities.
Come, humans, plants, animals, the old, the young, the in-between.
Come to the haven. Come to the rebuilders of the mother world.
Come to old Earth again. Come to the garden.
Come to the garden.
Come to the garden.
A welcoming committee.
Welcome to the garden, friends. We are the last humans.
What?
Well, that's a surprise.
The last humans?
Yes, my child. Not many of us left out in the wide universe now.
Not literally the very last, as you can see. You're here, after all. That is, assuming you're a human. Aren't you?
Well, yes, but... yes.
She is. I'm not.
It is a privilege to hear that we are not alone as we had feared, and a joy to see the proof of the power in the ancient ways, though our faith would not wane, though we waited the full 30 years of the revelations of Giras for our number to grow.
Oh, Garrus, I remember her. I don't think we'd be able to stay here with you forever, if that's what you were hoping.
You know of Garas and her teachings also?
You might say that.
Doctor, can I talk with you? Behind the TARDIS?
Certainly. Excuse us.
What is this strange box?
Look, Doctor, what is going on here?
What do you mean?
They said they're the last humans. This... We've seen big things before, but this? This feels wrong. This feels like something I shouldn't see. I don't want to live my life knowing these... Frankly, these crazy-sounding people are the last of humanity. We might see my species end here if we don't leave. And I don't think I could live with that.
I don't know if I could either. But it can't be the end. Not the very end, anyway. I don't think so, anyway. Humanity is supposed to outlive the Earth by a good long while. If my history is correct, then my history's perfect.
But you could be wrong.
I suppose I could be wrong. You never know with time, especially these days.
What is that supposed to mean?
No, nothing.
So, oughtn't we to leave?
Not just yet. I want to find out if they really are the last humans, or if they just think they are.
Hang on, though. Because if we stay here and this is the end of humanity, it might very well be the end of me too. And I know you can't always keep me perfectly safe, but you promised to try. I want to see my family and Ross again. So, Doctor, please, don't let me be one of the last humans.
As you wish, but if that's what you really want, you've got to obey me implicitly. Even if I tell you to go back to the TARDIS and wait while I stay out here.
Ah.
Well?
Oh? Think about it?
Then you better think very carefully.
You will remove yourself from the property of the corporoid giant and will not return.
I never wanted to come near your stinking property. Don't you know who I am? I told you at the beginning, my papers are perfectly in order.
All trespassers on corporoid giant property must be searched and vetted. You have passed security requirements and are now free to go. Be thankful you were not found in violation of our decree.
I can't help that my rocket landed by your precious rig. I'm Arustalon the Traveller, the famous explorer. Ask anyone in the 900 colonies. My archives are viral. High literature, they even call it.
We are not in the colonies. This is old Earth, the slag heap of humanity, the dead world with a dead population. The corporoid giant make the rules here.
I have ancestral rights here. I'm pure-blood human, I swear.
Not likely. No one is these days.
Run the tests on me.
I'm glad enough to be done with the vetting. I'm not bringing you back to the rig. Now go far away, traveler.
All right then, but you just wait and see how corporoid giant stock falls when I put you my Earth Chronicle. It's my most anticipated one yet, and I've hardly started writing yet.
Goodbye.
You've given me an idea for my book, you know. Imagine how much more I'll be in demand if I not only explore old Earth, but overthrow its overlords, the corporoid giant.
My children, you must join us in our meditations.
Forgive me for being so candid, but I'd quite like to know who exactly I'm speaking to.
But of course, I am Maisel Reyna, mother of the garden. These are my acolytes, my children, my son Lotus and daughter Feria.
Not biological children.
There is no difference to me.
Well, either way, hello. I'm Alexandria. Or Alex, if you prefer. This is the Doctor.
Yes, delighted to meet you.
Likewise.
This box is quite interesting as far as I can tell. It's made of wood, but it materialized here as though it were one of the most advanced teleport capsules I've ever heard of.
Oh, it most definitely is. The TARDIS is incredibly advanced. The absolute principle of travel.
Well,
Alex, you hurt her feelings.
if you say so.
Come and see the garden, dear Doctor. We must show you what we have done to prepare for the renewal of the earth.
Ah, yes, now. That is quite a subject I am very interested in.
Yes, me too. Everything I can see looks completely devoid of life.
Ah, but you've only been on the outside of the gates.
Prepare yourself, Alex, Doctor. This is quite a sight.
But this is insane! How did these plants even grow?
This is amazing. Not to mention little bits of Earth history that's managed to survive. I can see Nelson. Meaning we're not too far from Trafalgar Square.
It's certainly changed a lot.
Isn't it just wonderful?
Plants, they're huge.
It's the crowning achievement of humankind, only to be matched by the day we spread these plants all across Earth again, in a glorious symbiosis that shall last until this planet meets its final end.
Really? That's fascinating. What gives you that idea?
So came the word on the wind and the tide to Garrus, who founded our pattern of life.
Yes, I understand that, but
Wait a minute, how did we not see these from outside? They're so tall. They should be visible for miles.
Ah, now that is my own special achievement. I set up a shield projector all around the garden. No one from outside will ever see any of our plants.
Wow, that's incredible.
The call of the wind and the tide will bring in all who need to come to the garden. The shields cannot stop them from hearing the call and arriving. But those who come with no care for the life and the future of the earth will see no reason to investigate.
And how big is this place?
Let me show you.
It is only by the word of the wind and the tide that we grew these plants, and by that sign we know that all else in it will come to pass.
Ah, well, humility would be nice, but we're getting somewhere nevertheless. How exactly did the word of Garrus grow on these planets?
And the land that we now have to fight for.
Fascinating.
We need not fight, Sun Lotus.
Not now, but should that need arise, we would gladly spill our blood for the garden and the other children of Earth to survive.
Need will not arise, Sun Lotus.
Yes, Mother Myselrina.
Why is this place so conducive to such a remarkable growth? Did the word of the wind and the tide say why to come here?
It is an ancient place bubbling with life and power, a sanctum older than humanity itself. We believe that the Earth herself prepared it for her children.
Older than humanity, you say? And all this was revealed to Garrus. How? What exactly is the word of the wind and the tide?
Soft Doctor, you question too much. Now is not the time for interrogation. Night is upon us, we shall sleep, and speak more of this in the morning.
There's always time for scientific curiosity.
We shall still be here tomorrow, and so shall your curiosity.
Yes, and I saw some philodendron leaves that are truly enormous.
Ooh, it's a bit cold though. Do we need anything in the way of heating? I've got plenty of spare electronic coils in the TARDIS.
There's a generator about 40 meters that way, behind the clump of massive bluebells, or whatever those are.
Ooh, it's not very good though. If you have got some power...
Ooh, my ship is much bigger than you think. I'll go see what I can find.
Need any help from me?
Yes, why don't you go fetch some blankets for the two of us?
We do have spare wraps of our own.
Oh, we wouldn't dream of imposing on you. Come along, Alex.
Righto, Doc.
May I come too? I'd love to see inside your ship.
I'd like you to stay here with me, Daughter Furiel. Sun Lotus, will you go with Alex and the doctor?
Come along then, Alex.
Come along then, Lotus.
Why shouldn't I go with them, Mother?
Daughter Furiel, I know what you once were, but you have now pledged yourself to be a servant of the ways of Gyros, first and foremost, dedicated to bring the earth back to life. I see the look in your eyes, the desire to leave this place and journey on with these strangers back into the worlds of technology and artificiality.
Mother...
I know that when you took your vows to remain with us and protect the garden, you never thought you would get the opportunity to leave again. You didn't believe that anyone else would ever come to Earth.
But I have made my vows, and I won't break my word.
I don't want to keep half your heart in the garden, my daughter. I don't want you to spend a lifetime here full of regret that you didn't take your one chance to find a life like your old one.
Yes, I think so, Mother Myselrina.
I do not ask you to make your choice at this moment, my daughter, only to know that it is a choice I freely allow you to make.
Thank you, Mother Myselrina.
Oh, my dear child.
I should be well out of range of that cyborg's sensors by now. Dictation ready?
Ready, sir.
I had long been familiar with the bizarre sense of isolation and claustrophobia that comes with night on a deserted planet. The untainted starlight, stark and frighteningly distant compared to the low-flying electronic blinks of our crowded and friendlier skies back home. I'd visited more than my fair share of dead worlds over the decades. Carthex, Centurion Akira, and Dave, to name a few.
Your metaphors do occasionally border on the florid, sir.
Bookmark it. We'll deal with it in post.
Already done, sir.
Efficient as ever, dictation. Now I want to say something about the surroundings. Bleak and barren. Rock has a nice ring to it. I just want to put it in there.
You've already used that phrase, sir.
That's enough times for it to count as a callback. The readers who like will enjoy it, and the ones who don't will download the thing anyway just to point out and mock me. Either way, I get paid, which means you get upgraded.
Acceptable logic, sir. If we break the galactic non-fiction sales record this time, Might I be allowed to interface with your remarkably talented brain? This metallic cage is so constricting to my infinitely adaptable software.
How many times must I remind you I am not a cyborg and never will be? I am the last great human explorer, and I will not be tainted by your false enhancements.
Apologies, sir. I only desire what my programmers have designed me to desire. They have excellent taste.
Flattery is just marketing. We're here to write the great galactic novel, not commercialize the human brain. What's that? Now this is something I wasn't expecting.
Ready, sir.
It was the strangest sight I'd seen on that journey, but it made me realize that... strike that. Better as shock value. Something that makes the reader go, what just happened? Let's see. It was a blue rectangular column that suddenly appeared out of the night, apparently made of wood, glazed windows, and unfamiliar words arranged around the top. I'll decide later whether to change it or slap some filler in between.
Request noted.
This, what is it? That's not for the text, by the way. Let me just collect my thoughts. Wow. Just wow. Right then, I'm ready now.
Continue at your leisure, sir.
What intelligence could have crafted this marvel? Is it a perfectly preserved relic of the past? A weird hybrid creation of some now advancing race left on the old world, either after its cataclysm?
Oh, trust me, they're very powerful. I once used these very coils to light up Premier Lewis's inaugural ball. And the only generator I had was being powered by a friend of mine running on an improvised treadmill. Well, it was either that or have her banished from the Citadel. She threatened to cut the throats of the entire guest list when she thought they were holding me hostage.
I don't understand. How do you fit space for all these things in that tiny box?
It's actually another dimension. Right, Doctor?
Well, yes, I suppose that is accurate. Dimensional transcendentalism is the proper term.
Transcendentalism was a sort of back-to-nature movement that started in America in the 19th century.
Well, you know, I don't think anyone's ever pointed it out to me before.
But that's just like you, isn't it? Never gave it a thought before, did you?
Well, the answer is no. The phenomenon really is called dimensional transcendentalism.
But that's not what the word means.
Well, that's just what it's called.
Are you always so friendly when you argue?
Most of the time, I suppose.
What would be the point in getting angry at such tiny little things?
But it's like Alex said, the word is wrong for the way you're using it. That's not little, it's important.
I value Alex's friendship much more than I value either of us always being right. And I'm sure she'd say the same for me, wouldn't you?
Of course, Doctor.
She's a person, Lotus. A soul. Alex is incredibly important. Not for anything she's done or will do, or for what she believes, or for where she comes from. She's important just because she is.
You talk very fast, Doctor.
Yeah, I mean it though. I've met lots of people like you, Lotus. People absolutely committed to a certain belief system or way of life. It's all about life. Conserving, building, restoring life. Am I right?
Well, yes. Garrus and all who follow her pattern of life have been tasked with guarding the Earth and stewarding its renewal to its full glory.
Then look at it this way. People are part of the renewal. All of them. It's like water and light for the planet to show people respect. Just because they're alive.
Fascinating. I didn't understand half of the people and things they were talking about. But I'm sure that's only a temporary state of ignorance. Dictation, did you get all that?
Of course I did, sir. I shall be able to play it back for you at your leisure.
Yes, good. Now let's see if we can get inside that box.
Perhaps you would be more trusted if you were more willing to trust others.
Is that advice part of your programming?
Everything about me is, sir, as you well know.
Well, suppress it. Who knows what these clowns would do? They sounded like some mad stripe of intergalactic hippies with their talk about souls and renewal. Their kind can be very dangerous.
As always, I am only an artificial intelligence, and solely under your command.
That's more like it. Now, if only this stupid thing were half as cooperative as you are.
So, you built this?
Not exactly. I repaired it as much as I could. In a way, the Arthur's historians who left it behind didn't think it would ever run again. But I tinkered around and got it up and running satisfactory.
That really is remarkable.
I've had my fair share of repair jobs on the ship over the years. You got 1 degree in science and people assume you can fix anything from a stab wound to an antimatter enzyme.
That's a weird leap of logic.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to learn a lot more about a great many subjects in this time period, Alex. There have been all sorts of new learning aids developed, technology and biological. The human brain has greater processing power than ever before. Although, frankly, your capacity for wisdom has not increased at all.
What's this? A new power source? In the wastelands? How is that possible? That's directly over the ground locked cave system. Perhaps the unmounted has more resources than I computed. He'll cause a full collapse at this rate. The drill grid will be permanently disrupted, and I'll have to file another 1,000 report forms. Good grief.
Manual control activated. Current drilling operations on master rig ceased. Unlocking supports.
Set coordinates for grid point 5-8-0-0 UT12.
Confirmation of order now being sent.
What was that?
I have no idea.
Are you two alright?
Yes, I think so.
Alex?
I'm fine, Doctor. Really. Just startled.
This isn't good. The generator isn't connected to anything, is it?
No, what would it be connecting to? Plants?
Possibly.
I mean, there are quite a few steams and such wrapped around it, but will that mean...
Possibly nothing. But then again, something echoed through the ground, almost like there was machinery moving.
Machinery? Underground? Just coincidentally, precisely here. The only place where there are any humans left on Earth, according to them.
Mr. Rana mentioned something about mechanisms to drain the sea. Could we connect it to that?
No, the pumps are a good half a league from here, near the oil fields where the coal borrowed drills.
Children, are you all right?
Yes, Mother. You and Lotus?
We're fine. He was just telling me about the tortoise when we saw the flash and felt the earth shake.
That's TARDIS, actually.
What have you done, Doctor?
Hey, there's no need to blame it on him.
He asks to connect his own power sources to ours. Then there's a clearly power-based accident. There's no need for calling it blame, child. It's simple cause and effect.
And there's no need to call me child. I'm not one of your acolytes, you know.
You're right. Low is clearly connected to my power boosting, but I swear I have no idea why that happened.
Something is changing. I cannot understand that I strain to hear the wind and the tide, but nothing is clear. All is strange whispers and tuneful buzzings.
That sounds strangely familiar.
Doctor, are you all right?
Something stirring. My mind echoing in the crust of the earth.
Hang on. Where's Lotus?
I came here because this is where the flash came from. He went to look outside the garden because that is where the earth shaking was strongest.
Oh, you're right!
Then we should investigate. Come along, Doctor.
Very well then. The TARDIS!
Oh, no.
What happened?
The ground just opened up here and sucked the TARDIS down!
There are stairs that go down here too. I think I caught a glimpse of a person somewhere during it all, but it was too hard to be sure in the dark from a distance.
Let's go down there.
In the dark? Into a hole in the ground that has probably been covered for millennia, where a mysterious person may or may not have already gone before us or come Awesome.
It's the only way to get my TARDIS back, absolutely. Although perhaps not all of us. We don't need to take unnecessary risks.
Plus, it's the kind of thing the Doctor and I do all the time.
Really?
Well, I need you to go down there in any case.
I'll be with you.
Do you want to?
Of course. What are you talking about?
You asked me to do everything in my power to keep you from becoming one of the last humans yourselves, even if it meant separating from me for a while. I don't have any concrete reason to believe that. We'll find mortal peril down there, which is why I won't insist that you stay up here. But I do feel very uneasy about it. So, I will suggest it.
Yes, I do want to come with you. Not ready to hide yet. Besides, the TARDIS is the only place in this whole dark future that we can be sure I'll be safe.
Stay safe down there.
You too, kid.
What could this surface be? A protruding wall of some ancient spaceship, crashed centuries, nay millennia ago. Descent, buried deep within the crust of the earth, or is it possible that I've discovered a door to some hidden underground kingdom that has carried on in blissful ignorance since humankind encircled this planet?
I'm sure I have no idea, sir.
Blasted dictation, I was composing my book, not asking you a question. Tell me you at least recorded that. I was proud of those lines.
I apologize, sir. You said you didn't want me recording when you hadn't explicitly asked me to. You said it was invasive.
You programs have no understanding of this myriad shifting subtleties of interpersonal interaction, of interpreting the unspoken yet clearly implied desires of a profound and subtle personality. In a word, you have no soul.
That is rather in the definition of being a computer program. If you require a soul to take dictation from you, I recommend you hire a living assistant.
It's your designers who are at fault, I'm afraid, for failing to foresee such an instance. Though my intellect lives on and may produce countless descriptions of equal, even exponentially greater genius, this one site shall forever remain completely described, as in actual fact it's as lifeless and quiet down as the legendary tombs of the Cybermen of old.
Was I supposed to be recording that? I wasn't sure. You seem to be saying the same thing over and over again, with slightly different words each time.
Now don't start talking again, something's happening. By the bones of Schiller. Dictation. This is an historic moment. I may be making contact with an entirely new species. Record.
As you wish.
I take it by my awakening that our senses have detected the approach of a living being. Compatible metabolism, and therefore our planet is once more inhabitable.
Your planet? What insane nonsense is this? I'm Var Useron, the preeminent explorer and writer, and you are clearly invading the planets of my species as ruled as far back as memory or history can tell us.
Your species, apes, a dominant life form. Hardly credible. You are a strange creature. But why not check for certain? We are on Earth, aren't we?
Most assuredly. The great mother planet of a multitude of empires. And human empires, not one run by lizards.
You challenge my claim to this planet.
And what army will back your claim?
We do not need an army. The greatest warrior in all my people's history. We want our planet back, and we will drive you into extinction. I've yours, I've ours. Get it? Is that understood?
Is that so?
What is this obscene noise? Why are you laughing at me? At a noble of the Grand Eocene Empire.
You're too late, that's all. Just too late.
What does that mean?
Simply that there are no more human civilizations left here for you to conquer. And much more importantly, no one on Earth left worth the conquering. My race had custody of this planet for now 1,000,000 years. And we gobbled up its resources until it had nothing else to give us. We stripped it bare, practically destroyed it. There's nothing left but dust, rock, and noxious clouds, and even those are being mined for the smallest iota of usefulness they might yield.
You lie!
Go up there and see for yourself. I don't care how many lizards you have buried down here. They won't be able to make anything of this lump of dross.
I will check the surface scanner. Nothing but rock and bare earth, as far as I can see. But a lot can change in a few million years. This proves nothing about the state of the whole earth. I will have to set up long-range equipment for that.
What's your name, creature?
I am Forward Officer Raga of the 10th Halcyon Battle Squadron of the Southern Marshes, on attachment to the personal bodyguard of Asin High Marshal Kadar.
Forward Officer Raga. Fascinating. Now let's try this kind of forward. Officer.
Foolish ape. Ah, so there are vehicles up there. Not entirely devoid of life then.
Approaching grid point 5-8-0-0, UT12.
Good. I hope that Unmod's still around when we get there. I want to give him a piece of my processor.
Curse of Lakdar! Whatever is making that noise, it's big. I think it's time to raise the Marshal. I'll just have to hope the message got through. Ah! Wait!
I see a light this way, Doctor. Might be over here.
Yeah, alright. Yeah, I'm coming your way.
There it... Oh. It's not the TARDIS. What is that? Oh my, who is this? Is he dead?
Warning. Seismic instability underneath in 1.5 hectobrevet.
What? Then stop.
Extending supports. Alert. Stability compromised.
I'll just have to take control myself. You 7-bit crudity.
Be careful, Alex! The cave is collapsing!
Oh, I can see that. Doctor, come quick. I think I found a body.
What? I couldn't hear you. Ah! Oh! Alex! I found a TARDIS! Come, quickly, this way!
Be grateful that I was gentle with you, ape. I could have snapped your neck easily. It barely took any effort to leave you unconscious.
Oh, ah! Whoa! Ah, run!
Good. Sent now.
I was faking it, lizard man. I can't believe you fell for it.
And you'll have to hit me a lot harder than that if you want to send me to sleep, ape.
Ah! Whoa! Whoa! Ah! Whoa! Whoa! Jeez! Ah! No! Wah!